Long time no see. I'm not going to get into why I've been gone. Um, I can't delve into the shit show. It's the last days of December of 2024, and I am not going into 2025 rehashing the evilness of 2024. As you've noticed, I had to step away. I had to step away from a lot of things and make a lot of changes to myself, my thinking, and where I wanted to go, where I wanted to be, what I wanted to do, um, what I wanted. And I couldn't do it with the pressure I was putting on myself to deliver for what seemed like everybody else. And I finally had to just stop. Everybody's wonderful. Nobody did anything to me. It was not a online thing. My life just fell apart. 2024 mentally broke me to the point where I couldn't get off the couch. And I'm just now starting to get off the couch. I started something new, which, that's always the way, right? I took something old and turned it into something new. I started another YouTube channel called My Little Realities. You guys have probably seen bits and pieces of this on Instagram, etc. Over the last couple of year or so. But I really jumped into it because I needed something that was selfishly mine. It wasn't for anybody else, and unfortunately all of the things that had given me joy I had turned into for everybody else. I didn't journal anymore because of wanting to get memories down. I journaled because I wanted to have somebody see my stuff. I wanted to show what I had, what I'd done, what that Instagram shot in the arm of you're doing good, right? I wasn't crafting anymore because nobody seemed to be interested. So why should I do that? Why should I do that anymore? And if I couldn't share it online, what was the point of doing it? And obviously the point of doing it was because I liked it, not to share it. But I have been online a long time. I've been on YouTube a long time. I've been on Instagram a long time. I've been on Facebook a long time. And I am a people-pleasing person who spent most of my life doing what I thought everybody else would like. If I didn't think you guys would like it, I didn't do it. If I shared it and nobody made a comment, I assumed nobody liked it, so I stopped doing it. If I got bad comments or whatever, it would massively affect how I saw what I was doing. And like I said, that's on me, not on anybody else. Obviously, that's in my head. But I got to the point where I couldn't cross stitch anymore because if I didn't cross stitch and put a French knot in it, nobody cared. It's like I wouldn't get comments that said, "Oh, that's a beautiful piece." I would get, "Where's the French knots?" And so, okay, well, I can't do that anymore because I have to do the French knots because they only love me because of the French knots, right? And Mouse Potato Design started in 1996, and it started out as a paper piecing adventure, to be honest, and then it turned into a digital adventure of drawing and graphics and that kind of stuff. And then it went back to paper when I started journaling, and I wanted a way to remember what the stories for the photos that I was taking. And that's how I got into journaling, is I would take a photo and write down what was. And that was my life for a long, long time with Mouse Potato Designs. And it was named specifically so that I could do anything I wanted with it. And that didn't matter the craft, because as long as it had something to do with the computer mouse, instead of a couch potato, I was a mouse potato sitting at the computer. It all fit because it was all my hobbies, right? So then I started cross stitching, and it exploded, and it took over everything. And which was fun. You know, it's nice. I love the cross stitching. I haven't done it in months, but I will be getting back into it because I can now. Life has slowed down, sped up, changed enough for me to get back into having some joy in my life. But I had stopped doing YouTube a long time ago because of my parents. I didn't want them to be involved in my life. And if you're putting your life online with your journaling, it's kind of hard to do. And it took me till I was in my 50s to not give a shit. Mostly I wanted Joshua to become an adult so that he can make his own decision on what he wanted them to know or not. I don't have a good relationship with my parents. I won't have a relationship with them before they're gone, and I'm okay with it. But it affected a lot, and I missed it, and I wanted to get back into it. The problem is that it felt like I couldn't do both. I couldn't get back into journaling and crafting and doing that and cross stitching. And I didn't want to start yet another. I even tried it to start another thing to separate it all out. And what I found was it was just more work and more time and more pressure. And it just was a lot. And September hit, and I thought, I don't want to do any of it anymore. I'm done. Stopped. And took a couple of months to figure out I needed to start something somewhere. And so I picked up my little realities channel, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to do it my way. You know, this is me. This is my house. This is my life. This is the way. It gave me a place to have a fresh start that nobody expected anything. And I love that. But it also made me realize that nobody expected anything from the other channels either. And if they did, so what? And so I am going to spend 2025 trying to get my joy back in my crafting and my sewing, and not worry so much about what people think about me. It's going to be really hard. I have a lot of issues when it comes to that kind of stuff. And but I need to work on it. So this is what it's going to be. So what will you see from FlossTube, Mouse Potato Designs FlossTube? I have no freaking clue. There could be a lot of stitching. There could be no stitching. There could be no video. There could be a video. Mouse Potato Designs on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram are going to be my hobbies that I enjoy doing. If you don't like journaling, I'm sorry, but that's what's going to be up here. If you don't like, arts and crafts, if you don't like cross stitching, if you don't like sewing, all of these things, they are me, and they are Mouse Potato Designs, and they are what you're going to see here. And I am going to teach myself to not worry about what people think about what I'm sharing. And like I said, nobody ever did anything to me. This is not on anybody out there. This is on me. This is what I allowed my mind to twist. And I just wanted to check in and let you guys know tentatively what's going on. I have a whole new room. If you pop over to My Little Realities, if you want to know what's going on in my life, that's where you can find out. But I my husband, son, and I spent several months at the end of summer, remodeling the entire garage, and I got 3/4 of it as my own space. So now I have 2 rooms that are all mine. But this room is a little different because it's not painted, by the way, if you can see the green drywall. And all of this stuff eventually will end up in my room. But my room in my house is getting completely redone with new beautiful floors and new paint and trim and lavender and lace and all of that kind of stuff. So it eventually this stuff will make it mostly out there. But this room is going to be my video room. This is going to be my sewing room. This is going to be, I don't know what it's going to be. I can shut the door. It's the first time in all the years that I've lived here that I will be able to shut the door and just have my space. And I can't wait. So there's going to be a lot of creativity, I think, coming. It'll be a mix of everyday life and that kind of stuff. I'm getting back into my living whole food plant-based, and I'm adding to that because I want to share cooking videos, which I hadn't done for a long time, ever really, because I was afraid of what people would think of my house, or afraid of what people would think of me, or whatever. And then I realized that who cares, you know? But it took me starting My Little Realities back up to see, because I went looking for channels that were what I was striving to be, and I realized that my house isn't that bad, and things are not that bad, and I'm not that bad, you know, and all of that. So it gave me a confidence boost to share things that I had always wanted to share, but I just didn't. I won't be doing the YouTube channel for the food, though. I'm just going to keep that on My Little Realities or on Facebook. But everything else creative will be here on Mouse Potato Designs. And I don't know what that means. And that's the fun part, right? I mean, to be creative is to be spontaneous. So I wanted to share that I don't have my fabric because it's being stored right now because, again, we're renovating the entire house. Go check that channel out. But I even paid to go to the Jingle Ball. Never made it to the Jingle Ball. But I did buy stuff at the Jingle Ball. And well, this one's not from the Jingle Ball. This was bought in November, and I have a whole kit from the Jingle Ball that I mean, I was gonna be there. I couldn't. I just mentally couldn't. And so that's basically the long and the short of it for right now. And if you have questions, please leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them. I am an open book. There hasn't been a secret or anything I've been trying to hide. I just was overwhelmed and stopped functioning. But I have new purpose and a new drive, and I don't like what happened to me in 2024, and I don't want it to be something that continues. And so that's kind of the long and short of that. But I don't know what I'm going to be stitching right now. I don't think I'm kind of thinking that I'm going to just pick one of my projects and work on it over a month. That way I can have it just sitting out. I don't have to. So of course that's going to be, see, this is what happens. This is exactly what happens. So my plan is that I want to just take like my Halloween in the City, and I want to work on that for a month or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So my brain is saying, but then you won't have anything to share at FlossTube, and nobody's going to want to see the same project over and over again. And you need to do all of these things, and you need to have lots of shopping, and you need get it. And so what happens is that instead of doing what I know I want to do, or what I know will actually fit into my schedule to get done, I don't either do anything, or I overcompensate and do all of this stuff because I want people to like me. And so this is what it shows how incredibly difficult it is for me to stop it. But I am thinking that I'm going to, I might have like a couple of little tiny ones on the side, but so that I can have just the floss out and the project out, and I can just continuously work on it for a month or 2 weeks, maybe even it would be 2 weeks. I mean, I have a short attention span, so we'll see how that goes. So that's kind of what my tentative plan is. But in between that, I also have a whole bunch of sewing kits, which this is all my kits, this is all my cross stitch charts and that kind of stuff. But up there I have all these sewing projects because I want to learn to sew. I don't want to sew a quilt, but I'd like to do a mug rug at least. And so, but I haven't ever had any space to do that, and now I do because I have this whole room. And so I want to do that, so that's going to be part of that. And so, it may be separate videos, it may be individual videos, it may be I don't know what it'll be, but it'll be something because I have lots to do and I have lots to share. I just have to tell myself that if you're not loving it, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. And if you want to keep loving what you love, you have to stop doing it for the wrong reasons. And so, yeah. But I'm very excited about the things that are coming in 2025, and I don't know where they're going to take all of us together. I hope your 2024 was not as crappy as mine, and I hope you have big plans for 2025, and I hope they are amazing. And I will be honest, I probably will not catch up with all of the comments and messages that were sent to me over the last 3 or 4 months. I can't. I appreciate it so much, but I just can't go down the rabbit hole. And so please understand that it's not because I don't appreciate you and I don't care what you have to say. I'm struggling a little bit to pull myself out, keep myself out of the rabbit hole, and I just I don't want to go over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So just take it to be that it was not a good time. And I'm better now, and I'm getting better, and life is getting better. And we'll see where it goes. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you so much. I have so much to share. I have so much to share with you guys. And so we will see where all of this stuff goes. And it could be eclectic, it could be a mess. This channel will be, though, crafting, sewing, arts and crafts, journaling, scrapbooking, cross stitching, of course. All of my hobbies. So this will always stay this. This will never be like cooking or any of that kind of stuff. So you don't have to worry about getting into that. But if you want to know more about my day-to-day, everyday life of what's going on, my little realities of life, I do have a YouTube channel, a Facebook page, and an Instagram called My Little Realities. I'll link everything down below. And if you would like to come be a part of my life on the daily, well, it's not always every day, but you know what I mean. The behind the crafting scenes, pop over there and see what's going on. I will talk to you in the next one.